CPT JJ-CPB Introduction, page 14, part 8.
Add-on codes. Continued.
Continue. Add-on codes. We're talking about codes that you have to put in addition to the primary procedure or the main code, right? So these are extra codes that you have to add on to the primary procedure. So add-on codes in CPT 2016 can be readily identified by a specific descriptor nomenclature that includes phrases such as each additional or list separately in addition to primary procedure. So if you see these two phrases, each additional or list separately in addition to primary procedure, that means that what's going to follow is an add-on code, a code that needs to be added to the main code, right? And this is an example, for instance, here. It says list separately in addition to code for primary procedure. So this is an add-on code, right? And it's identified there, right? So that's our theory for today. Now let's do a little problem. Ready, set, go. Okay, the problem is CPT JJ-RVA-255. That's the page, and the exercise is 56. And this is a level 2 exercise, and the title is
Insertion, venous access port.
Insertion, venous access port, and the text reads like this.
Surgery, cardiovascular system. 80-year-old patient has carcinoma and presents to the operating room for placement of a tunneled implantable centrally inserted venous access port.
It's a venous access port, okay? So we're going to count to 3, so you can pause the video and give us the CPT code for this procedure. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the answer is 36561. You got that? If you got it, congratulations. If you didn't get it, let's give you a tip. Tip number 1.
Tip number 1 is level to difficulty. There are many codes from the index.
Yeah, in the index, you're gonna find a lot of codes that you have to check. That's why you consider this a level 2 difficulty, because it's gonna take you some time to check. Okay. Now, tip number 2.
Tip number 2 is start with insertion venous.
You start with insertion and then go to venous, right? And go from there. Now, we're just going to explain a little bit what a port is. You see this little thing here? That's a port. It means an access to the vein, right? And it goes to inside the heart. So it's an easy access. And let's watch a video for a definition of what a port is. Can you watch the video, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Repeat. In this tutorial, these devices will be referred to as ports. A port is a long, thin, hollow tube that's inserted into a vein of the neck or chest. It is long enough to reach the large vein that enters the heart. Ports are used when a patient needs intravenous treatment for a long time.
Right, that's a port. A port is used when a patient needs intravenous treatment for a long time. That's what we're dealing with here. Insertion of a port, right? So, okay, so you know more or less what is the procedure, and you know the answer. Now we're going to count to 3, so you can pause the video and give us the path, how we got to the answer. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the summary of the whole problem. This is the surgery section of the CPT code, is the cardiovascular system. An 80-year-old patient has carcinoma and presents to the operating room for placement of a tunnel implantable centrally inserted venous access port. Okay, so that is the procedure. Now there's only one code, and the code 1 through the index is found like this.
First, you go to index. Then you start with insertion. Then you go to venous access device.
Venous access device, because that's what it says in the text, right? Venous access. And then you go to
central,
because it says centrally, right? Central. And what do you have there?
36560 through 36566.
So you have 6 codes, right? Or 7 codes, right? So you have to check them all, right? So you go to the tabular. The code 1 through the tabular is checked like this.
First you go to tabular. You start with 36560.
And you read that?
Insertion of tunneled centrally inserted central venous access device.
But this is for?
Younger than 5 years of age.
And our patient has 80 years, right? She's 80 years old. And so that first one doesn't apply. What about the second one?
36561. It's
Age.
It's the same
The
thing,
same
but
thing, but
age 5 years or older.
which is exactly what we need, right? So, but let's just go real quick to the other ones. What is this?
56563, insertion.
With?
Subcutaneous pump.
We don't have that, so we eliminate that. The other one, 65, is 2 catheters, right?
Right.
Without subcutaneous, we don't need that. 66 is requiring 2 catheters with subcutaneous port. You realize that all the others have some words that we don't have in our text. So we have to go back. This means go back to 36561, which is the one that resembles more our text. This one right here. So that's their answer. So the equal sign means that we have that double check. The equal sign here means that we have double checked the code. So the answer is 36561. Okay, so thanks for watching, and don't forget to visit our website, and also
you can subscribe to us on YouTube by clicking here for our new medical coding videos.
Right, just click in the subscribe button, and you will get
up to 3 videos every day that we make. ICD-10, CPTs, all that's needed to pass the medical coding certification exams.
So don't forget to visit our website and subscribe to our videos. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.